Okay, so we have what we call the two-way between groups ANOVA. With the two-way between groups ANOVA, what we are doing is that we want to compare some grouping variables. But comparing the grouping variables, we also see that another grouping variable is key that we can also bring it into the equation. And then the dependent variable should be continuously measured. So we can say that we want to look at the differences in profitability. For both for small, medium, and large firm size. But we know that for small, medium, and large firms, they are managed by either a female manager or a male manager. So we want to look at how female managed large firms perform as compared to, in terms of profitability, as compared to how female managed medium firms perform in terms of what? Profitability. You understand it? So the grouping variables should have two main groups. Sorry, we should have two main predictors, and those predictors should be grouping variables. The group could be more than two going, right? But your dependent variable, I repeat, the dependent variable should be continuously measured. Okay, so does this have any non-parametric alternative? In this case, this one doesn't have what? Any non-parametric alternative yet. After the time that they developed this, I think this book was written in Poland, right? 2005. I don't know if they have developed this non-parametric alternative. So it also means that it shares the characteristics of the ANOVA that we saw. The sample should be randomly selected. The sample size should be adequate and representative. The data distribution for your dependent variable should be normally distributed. There should not be outliers. That is very, very critical. If there are outliers, especially regarding the grouping variables, it is going to affect how you compute it, because it is going to affect the number of cases in each group, and that will, as we all know, will not help you, right? And there shouldn't be missing values as well. So these are some of the key assumptions that we have to check that they are persistent. Okay. So now let's illustrate it with the SPSS data file. Okay. So let's see how you formulate a question of that sort. It says that, look at this one. It says that what is the impact of age and gender on optimism? Okay, there are two variables, grouping variables, they are impacting on it. Does gender moderate the relationship between age and optimism? So here, this can also be used to conduct what we call moderation analysis. Okay. It can be used to conduct moderation analysis. So here we can say that what is the effect of sex and firm size on what? Profitability. Or if you want to use it in the case of conducting moderation, another term for moderation is what we call interaction. Interaction effect. So we can say that sex moderate the predictive relationship between firm size and profitability. Okay. So that firm size, that gender moderates the relationship between firm size and what? Profitability. So in this case, in this scenario, what we are going to look at is that we want to look at how firm size predicts what? Profitability. Then we try to what? Moderate with what? Sex. So if you have an objective like this, then you can use the two-way between groups and over. But what is important is that your independent variable. Your independent variable should grouping variables with two or more groups. Okay? And then your dependent variable should continuously what? Measured. Should be continuously measured. And when we say it is continuously measured, we mean it is measured at what level? Ratio or what? Interval. Okay. And SPSS will seal that kind of measurement as what? Scale. Remember, in SPSS, you will see that a variable has been measured as a scale variable. So that is what we really want to do. So let's try and then illustrate it with the SPSS software.